Hello, world. Welcome back to the Forbidden Lands, the Hanging Stones session. Oh, I might be a little loud. Whoop. My microphone just went in the red. Session 31. Uh, when last we left our heroes, they are headed south out of the Dankwood into the vast rolling plains in search of the Hexenwald, a fabled forest full of witches, in the hopes that they can help cure Lynn, the possessed little girl who is slowly but surely turning into a demon, to everyone's thrill and excitement. Ralgar stepped away from the party last session and has sniffed them out, and so he will be rejoining us. And let's see. Anything else worth mentioning from the recap? We visited Lingmel, the hometown of half of the party, and retrieved the horses, the fine Galdane noble steeds that they acquired in Amber's Peak long, long ago. And before we jump in, I'm going to do one super exciting thing. Everybody look very closely at the overlay, because I'm only going to do this once. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Hey,
It's summertime.
summertime.
After 31 sessions, the season has changed.
That was the most anticlimactic thing yet.
No. You have no idea. This means that evening is light now, so you don't take penalties for navigating in the evening time. You get potentially 3 chunks of the day for travel if you want them.
There was probably one thing from the recap we missed.
What is that?
There's Bill. There's Bill.
New character.
Right. Oh, that whole
Vergello.
thing. Yeah,
Vergello stayed with the dwarves.
Yeah. So Vergello traveled south to Belderan with the Dwarven Stone Singers, who are going to provide a stronghold as a reward for helping with the imprisonment of that dragon and that whole thing that happened. So Vergello is headed south to await the establishment of the stronghold, and we are joined by a new character being played by Bill, who is the orc by the name of Dog, and Ralgar has yet to meet him. So, without further ado, it is...
Just good luck to you tonight, my friend, because we now have a dog man named Ralgar,
And a Ralgar named Dog.
goblin named Grunralk, and an orc named Dog.
Yeah. No possible confusion between all 3 of your characters.
Can I ask a quick question before we get started?
Sure.
You said half the party was from Lingmel. Who other than Vergello? None of us
half
are
the
from
original
Lingmel.
party. Yeah, nobody now, I guess.
Yeah.
But Ayan and
Literally none
Vergello
of
were
us
both
anymore.
half of the starting party, but now 0 of the
Now,
party.
no one.
Now no one. It's the hometown of an off-screen character and another off-screen character. Yeah, but it was the starting point of our campaign, so it's a little bit of a hub.
Fond memories.
It's a story hub, yeah. And it's where your horses have been for the last several weeks. So, welcome back, everyone. And without further ado, let's see where you be on the map. One sec.
So did anyone else catch that Josh said that Hexenwald was like a forest? Was anyone else like expecting it to be a city? I was kind of expecting it to be like a city.
I think he mentioned it was like a forest before, or like that it was in a forest.
It's like the forest moon of Endor, except instead of teddy bears, it's witches living in trees and stuff.
Adam basically nailed
So
it.
it's the forest moon of Endor.
And I wasn't even here last session.
I'm having a little technical issue here, so hold on one sec. Sorry.
What?
I moved Are you all seeing the world map?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's not updating on my player window, so one sec.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Oh, that's because the overlay view is my DM view. Whoops. Hope there weren't spoilers.
There weren't any that I saw, unfortunately.
Someone clip that and send it to us.
Ooh, out there
There we
still
go.
is spoilers on the other thing.
No. Don't look too
Saw him for like
closely.
a quarter of a second. And
There's
then
no
this
there's no
thing.
map. Don't worry.
I was like, that's weird. I haven't seen that map before.
What's up,
Yeah,
Elric?
don't look at that map. That map doesn't exist. Everything's under
Hi,
control.
Elric.
All right. Hello, everyone.
What did we do last? Like right before we got off.
We're real.
we got-
what our viewers
we got
like
the
about us is
horses.
how-
What's,
It was nighttime, and I was like, we cannot sleep here. We have to get out of town.
That's right. Josh had it to where we like quickly just got out of town because
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause
So
we were
you
gonna
are
go
south of Lingmel. You're 1 hex south of Lingmel, headed south out of the forest, headed in the general direction of the Hollows, and you have your horses, but that's not helping your travel speed yet because you're in the forest. So the birds are chirping, the sun is shining through the trees. You're in regular density forest. You're not in the deep dark parts of the Dankwood because you're right along the river, kind of on the western edge of the forest. So there is actually some light trickling in around you, and as you awake and you're all stretching and preparing for the day, Ralgar
Did we
walks up.
did we
Oh,
awake?
guys, Valas, Grunrog, I miss you guys so much. I had to find a perfect place to poop, and I did.
Ralgar.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
What is that smell? I smell something new. Who do I smell? Who's here? Who is it?
Hey, Ralgar. Good to see
Hi.
you, buddy. You found
Yeah.
us so fast.
But who?
This
I
is-
go over and I'm just like standing over Dog and just like sniffing him. Who are
start-
you?
I start sniffing him back.
This is
Oh.
Dog,
I'm
kinda.
dog.
Dog, that was a good first impression. You know your manners.
He's traveling with us for a while.
But where did he come from?
The trees.
What? Wow, I didn't know trees could make people.
Yeah, but we found a dwarf up there too. I'm not convinced that all the races can't just live in the trees.
You found a dwarf in a tree?
Yes, he died.
Yeah,
I'm
of
sorry for your
of
loss.
natural causes.
No, he wasn't a friend of ours. We found him. We tried to help him. He died. He was kind of a jerk. It's okay.
Noted.
So, do you like to fight and stuff? Like, what are your hobbies?
I like eating.
I like eating too. Hey, I gotta ask you a question between me and you. Does Grunrock know you're here?
Who's Grunrock?
That's
Yeah, I know he's here.
You've met Grunrock.
Sorry, I
Uh,
forgot your name, Grunrock, and I look at Velas saying that.
And I turn to Grunrock and I go, so everything's okay?
He threatened to chop my head off.
Circumstances.
Yeah, and if it comes to that, I'll help him. It's really good to meet you.
Listen, as great as the introductions are, we need to go ahead and break up camp and get on the road. Ralgar, I'm glad you found us, especially because now we have someone to man this fourth horse.
Oh. I don't know how to ride a horse.
It's just like riding a bike. Hop on.
What's a bike?
I don't know that
Don't
word.
tell
either.
me. And you just get on and like I'll walk beside your horse for a minute. You'll be
Okay.
fine.
I get on, but I'm facing the wrong direction.
Ralgar, does that even feel correct? That can't feel good.
I don't know. It feels weird riding an animal.
Okay, I need you to face the other direction. The
So-
horse isn't. No, get down first.
Oh. Fine. I get down and I get on facing the right way.
Thanks, buddy. Now I'm gonna guide your horse over here to mine. So
Oh, I
can
don't
get
like
on
this.
mine.
I don't like this. Oh, I kind of do like this.
It's a lot better than walking, right? We've got a really far way to go. So I'm gonna need you to like very quickly acquaint yourself to this.
Okay, I could do this. And I lean down to the horse's ear and I go, "Hi, I'm Ragar. What's your name?"
Robert, can you
This-
talk to animals?
Not this one. He's being quiet.
The horse.
And I just kind of nuzzle him a little bit.
Cool. All right, everybody, mount up, I guess.
Let's go.
These are fine horses too. These are like war horses from beyond the western mountains that they acquired from their friends in a group of Rohirrim.
So we
Trademark
talking like
pending.
Budweiser Clydesdales here, like
We're talking about fine, sleek,
some fine ass horses.
some fine ass horses. These are war horses from far away. So these are the largest, shiniest, handsomest horses you've ever seen.
I'd make out with that horse.
Yeah. All right.
Can't remember my horse's name. I'm trying to find it.
So you head off in the southerly direction.
Probably, if there's not a crossing, probably southwest.
Yeah. You've mapped this area and not found crossings, so you'll be headed southwest. So yeah, we're gonna bump along on the horses. According to the rules, you don't need to make any animal handling checks to just make a horse walk. However, if you want to do any kind of special maneuvers, like jumping over a gap, any sort of combat maneuvers or leading a mount into battle, that type of thing, you'll have to make
What about,
animal
like-
handling checks.
What about like horse dancing, like they do in the Olympics?
That is a difficult animal handling check, made it at least a -2.
All right.
And you might have to train the horse first because nobody's taught this horse how to dance.
I just remember that time. I don't know if anyone else watched when Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg were commenting on the
yeah.
Olympics, and Snoop goes, "Look at that horse! He's crip walking."
Yeah.
It's
I remember
phenomenal,
that.
and I wish they would
It's
do
so
it every
good.
Olympics.
Okay, so we set off to the southwest. Let's get our. I'm gonna move us over to the exploration tab.
Do we need to do food and water rolls?
I'm gonna assume we did it last time.
Yeah, and I rolled 12s.
And Josh said that was so good
well,
you could have an extra die.
Last thing we did was the fight. Moving in here. I think no, we're not gonna do it right now. I think we did it before the fight happened. So I'm just gonna proceed. Okay, so go ahead and place yourselves on your actions.
Oh. Oh. Dog, that's just I'm the one that usually leads the way. I'm just really good at being outside. I'm a wolf. I grew up in the forest, so excuse me.
He has a better idea of where we're going, Ralgar. It'll be fine.
Oh. What? Then what do I do?
What you've always done. Hold the torch. Let's go.
I like holding torches.
Let's get a lead the way roll. Not bad. Not bad.
What? Why does he get so many dice?
What are dice?
I have absolutely no idea.
Bikes, dice. What kind of world do you guys live in?
That might have been a typo. Please ignore those dice results.
1d45.
What are you gonna try to set up the camp next? No, I'm the best at setting up the camp. Who even is this guy?
Dog.
We proceed to
I know your
daytime.
name.
He's either an orc or a punching bag. It was kind of unclear.
What's a punching bag?
You make your way southward through the dank wood. You encounter no one. The weather is lovely. The birds are chirping. And there's a warm breeze through the trees. And you make your way south without incident and can proceed to the next quarter day of travel if you want to go ahead and roll again.
Getting really, really close to failure, you guys. kinda scared.
Close to failure, but not failing is better than most of our other lead the wayers.
I'm just saying he's leading the way with his eyes instead of his nose, and everyone knows that the nose knows what's best.
I'm
Or
using
something.
all of my senses
Oh.
to travel.
You actually didn't need to roll these because you're going through previously explored hexes. I just make you
I
counter
typically
rolls.
just taste the dirt.
Good idea.
No encounters. We're on to evening.
We need
Do we-
to rest. Where are we on the map?
I think we moved south from there.
Yeah,
So
I
we're-
updated your flag.
We're
Oh,
not.
sorry, you can't
we're
see it.
only
One sec.
seeing the time of day screen. There we go.
We're where we first met Marigold.
You're where you first met a mysterious hunter with yellow eyes.
Yeah, mysterious hunter with the
That's
yellow
what he
eyes,
said.
not Marigold.
Do we want to try and rest in the hollows or stay outside of
No.
it?
Bill says no. That's a terrible idea.
All right, jeez. We'll rest here. We won't even go into the hollows. We'll go into this unexplored hex, and then we'll come out of it.
That's a great idea.
So we rest.
And we
Or,
rest.
well,
All right,
Run
place
off
yourselves in
rests.
your evening actions.
So I've even thought about what to do. Normally, I have to make camp.
So make camp.
I thought he was gonna make camp.
I don't want to intercede. If you want to make camp, you can. I'll just
how-
go forage.
How good are you at making camps?
As
Probably
good as
better at
I
foraging.
am. As good as I am. Traveling. Isn't it the same role? It's both survival, right?
I think they are. Yeah. Fine.
I
don't
Then
know.
you make the camp, and I'll do something else. I don't know who I am anymore.
One person can assist in making camp.
Dahlia.
Usually
always
what Dahlia
did.
does.
It's not like Dolly can do anything else. We don't have any alcohol here.
I'm gonna go charge up my willpower.
So says you.
Are
Great,
you gonna go
I'm
obliterate
completely
another patch of
tapped.
forest?
So go obliterate something, fill me up, and then tomorrow night.
Wait,
fill
wait,
up
wait. Don't do
again.
that because the last time you guys got someone from a tree and you did that, that guy got obliterated. I'm that guy.
I'm that guy.
Wait till we pick another human fruit.
All right,
Humanoid
I'll
fruit.
wait. I'll wait till I get one more point of willpower. That way, I can double up even better.
I wish I
Okay.
had willpower.
In that case, then, does anyone need anything repairing?
My heart.
We just have free party members floating around making craft rolls and stuff. What is this game?
I guess my crafting is great, but I don't need anything crafting. I
Why don't you go forage?
okay. How do I do that?
Well,
I think it's a survival check.
yep, it is. And it's modified by the season, so one sec. In the summertime, foraging is at a 0. It's easier to forage than it was before, now that it's summer.
In a forest.
Uh-huh.
All right, here I'm going to do some foraging. Here we go.
See what you can find in the dank wood.
It's one success, so you
You get
are going
one
to
herb.
get 1 unit of vegetables in the form of edible roots or plants, equal to the number of successes you rolled. Yep.
A shortcut to potatoes.
Nice.
You can decide what you found in the woods. It might be mushrooms, it might be berries, it might be wild potatoes.
It might be herbs that I want to use to make poison.
That's a different thing. Hold on.
Isn't that also forage still?
Uh,
I found a bush of pizza rolls.
Lead the way and say nothing else.
oh yeah. Do you have the talent or whatever that lets you find herbs when you're foraging? I think that's a talent.
Nope. No, I do not.
Now we know what you're gonna do tomorrow night.
I don't have any XP. We did that whole thing in the dwarven area and got no XP. Oh, we got some.
We got
Okay.
some.
So I just find some food then. I just find some veggies. Cool.
Okay. You return to camp with 1 unit of veggies without incident. Let me see if there's any encounters. No encounters. We're on to nighttime.
I didn't make a make camp roll.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I skipped over that. It's okay, everyone. Something could still go wrong.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
think
You
that's
could hand wave us making kit. Damn it.
Yeah, it's nighttime now. So, sleep, 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 sleep. 1 person on keep watch. Cool.
Anything happen in the night? In the middle. Oh, I'm not over there.
Yeah.
I'm still making camp.
Grenralk.
Yes.
You are keeping watch, and moonlight is shining down through the trees, and you are looking out into the dark forest. You become quite comfortable here now, and you are briefly gazing up at the full moon, and it blinks. You are sure that you saw it shut and open, and it has resumed casting light down in your direction.
Can you hear me? Blink if you can.
It blinks 2 times and then rapidly comes towards you, and you realize that this moon you've been looking at is not actually the moon at all. It's a moonless night, and there is something about 12 feet tall with a huge glowing searchlight white eye staring at you, and it leans down towards you. You now are focusing on it and realize that you're looking at a gaunt humanoid figure about 12 feet tall with one huge glowing white eye that you thought a moment ago was the moon shining down through the trees. It has gangly limbs, long bulbous fingers, and rubbery black skin all over. It peers at you, blinks its one giant white eye, tilts its head as though studying you, and then goes like this with one of its long gangly fingers, which it holds over the lower portion of its face, which has no mouth, as though shushing you. And then it goes like this. Beckoning you. And then it slowly turns and begins walking to the southeast.
I'm gonna watch it walk and kind of go to the edge of the clearing, like edge of our camp, and just
It's very quiet. And it's slowly walking south out of the forest and into a big open field. It turns and looks at you with its big glowing eye, beckons you one more time, and then starts slowly walking out into the forest, out of the forest and into the plains.
I'll look back at the party, look off at it, and go back and sit down by the fire. but I want to
'Kay.
face in the direction that it went.
It was headed towards the hollows. You see it walk out into the distance, and you turn and start walking back to camp. You glance back over your shoulder, and it's gone. You don't see its silhouette anywhere on the horizon as you're making your way back to camp.
I will resume my post, now a lot more freaked out than I was before. There is no comfort.
Nothing further happens. The night passes uneventfully.
Fine.
When people start rousing, I'm just gonna like be staring at the fire and then looking in the direction of it and staring back at the fire.
Grunrock, you okay?
You're very loud, Amy.
Sorry.
She came in like twice as loud as she was before. I don't know what
You
happened.
didn't have to yell at her, Josh.
I didn't yell. She did.
It looks like Amy froze.
Yeah, but at least she
You
smiled.
insulted me and my computer bugged.
Sorry, continue.
I think I asked Rockar a question. I don't remember.
You asked
No,
Grunrock if he's okay or something.
I don't know what I saw, but it was huge. And it had one giant glowing eye, and I thought it was the moon. And it went to the hollows. And it wanted me to follow it. And I really wanted to follow it. But I stayed. And nothing else came.
That doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard of. Are you sure you didn't fall asleep?
I trust me, I was not asleep.
Huh.
I thought it was. I don't know what I thought it was. But I've never seen anything like that before.
Do you think we should follow it?
Not right now.
Sounds like a bad idea.
As much as I am concerned with what's going on in the hollows, we're on a mission and we need to stay focused.
Okay.
It's morning.
Grunrock, thank you for choosing life and not going off with it.
Well, there goes my 1d6 of food.
Food and drink rolls for everybody. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick and then we'll resume. But you can discuss how you want to proceed. Be right back.
I hope you know I was extremely tempted to abandon you all just then.
I would have if it were me. So you're.
I
you're
half
stronger than I
expected
am.
you to do it.
I would have found you.
Do you need water, Bill?
I got water. We were at the. I bought one die of food, and I had we were at a river, so I could just refill on water. In fact, if Josh goes back over to the map, we might still have, if we're next to a river still. I can't remember. We were just next to one.
We should be. I
I've
don't
got
know. We're not
veggies.
right now. We're gonna
Something.
drop into an unknown square and then one more down, and we'll be on the river.
Down on the river. Oh, what? Turned around and Amy's gone too.
Yeah, she's taking a bathroom break too.
But yeah, I found some veggies. I can cook them for you next time we have time to cook things.
Next time we take a break.
Because I still have level 1 chef talent.
Sir Archibald has the cooking thing on him too.
Oh yeah, he's got my cauldron too.
That should give you +2, I think, to the rolls.
Wait, no. My cauldron broke into pieces because something bad happened. Yeah, he doesn't have my cauldron.
Sorry, I'm back. So,
Amy stepped away for the bathroom break.
okay.
What was it? Field kitchen, that's what it was. Sir Archibald has the field kitchen on him because it was always too heavy to carry.
That makes sense.
Josh, I know you saw my internal battle just then. with a beckoning giant thing.
I know. It's a game
Oh,
about
dang.
choices.
I just saw what the cauldron does. It basically gives you 2 extra units of food.
The cauldron?
Well, not 2 extra units. It lets you cook 2 extra by default. So, like, the field kitchen
yeah,
lets
because
you
you're
cook.
making a stew. Yeah.
Yeah, where the field kitchen lets you cook 2d6 and you roll 2 dice. The cauldron is a d6 plus 2, so minimum you get to do 3.
So what direction on the map is the party heading now?
Directly south into an
Directly
unexplored
south is what I
hex.
Okay. Bypassing the
That way
hollows
we at
entirely,
least
heading
get 1
south.
XP.
I like the way you think.
Good thinking. Okay, so if we're going into a new hex, then this is going to be an exploration roll. Let me kick us back to the tab here.
Lead the way. I mean, I'll lead the way.
Where is Lynn riding?
On the back of Sir Archibald.
Not with
Okay.
me.
Where is Dahlia riding?
With Grunrock like she usually does.
Yeah, with me
Okay.
because I can't reach the stirrups on my own on a horse.
Okay.
Josh is just trying to throw us up with these catches of like, oh, well, what have you guys been doing about this? We're prepared.
That's not why I was
In
asking.
his defense,
You
usually
put- You put the nuke on the donkey. Everyone knows that. Classic role-playing
It's gonna be a
strategy.
smoldering crater where the donkey once was.
Sir Archibald will survive.
All right. I guess Ralgar's hiking as well. Ralgar, you're bumping along on your horse,
Yeah.
and you are heading out into open plains for the first time. You have the wind on your face. You're riding way up high on horseback. It's rather refreshing. It's a little awkward for you, and it's making your haunches sore, but
I'm doing it.
it's a new experience, and you're doing it.
Well, in that case, my tongue is out and back behind me, and I am just smelling and tasting.
The wind just blowing your fur back.
Yep. Like, Veloz, I like horses. Why didn't we get horses earlier? We should be riding horses all the time.
Because you can't ride them in the forest, buddy. That's pretty much all we've been in.
Oh,
Good lead the way roll.
Did you guys hear that bird?
It was the most inopportune moment to get a text.
All right, you enter a new hex of plains. There's
An encounter.
there's no encounter. One sec.
I still haven't figured out how this works. At this point, I'm assuming it's a table that either says like no encounter or kill the players. Either that or there is no system and you're just rolling a dice and screwing with us.
Half the
That's what
table
I'm
says
thinking.
kill the players. I've just always rolled the other half.
I don't believe you because we have definitely almost died many times.
Oh yeah, Amy. While he reveals this thing, Elric reminded us, where are we getting our lovely bird noises from?
I'm so glad you asked. These lovely bird noises, as well as any other music or sound effects that you might hear throughout the night, are provided to us by Sirenscape. Sirenscape, a great place for all of your RPG needs. Thanks, Sirenscape. For being
RPG
with
sound
us.
needs.
RPG sounds. The people know.
The people.
Thanks, Eric.
Right. There is no encounter. There is no noteworthy feature in the hex. It is open rolling plains. You're entering into the Vivend Plains, which you have crossed before, but not this particular area of them. And you also have no random encounters, so we're just proceeding like a bunch of traveling people who don't have horrible luck all the time.
how unusual. So
We
peculiar.
here.
It really is unusual, yeah.
And now we crack the whips on these horses and we make haste.
Yeah, so let me check travel times. I'm gonna have to look this up real quick, but it's gonna matter for a bit here. So traveling time. Let's see. On open terrain on horseback, you are traveling 3 hexes per quarter day if nothing bad happens. And nothing bad has happened, so you get to keep on rolling. You want to head on south?
Absolutely.
Guess what? You get to keep on rolling. There's no dice rolls involved. Because I've already rolled for the quarter day here. So you get to go 1 more hex. Which way shall it
The
be?
wolf's belly is
Southwest.
where the bridge is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to the wolf's belly.
All
Our
right.
good friends at the Wolf's Belly Inn.
This hex is brought to you by the Wolf's Belly Inn.
Yeah, so up ahead, you see the Wolf's Belly Inn. Dahlia is sort of frowning a bit as she sees it on the horizon, and she's like, here we are again. That might raise some flags for people that have not traveled this way before. The 2 of you. But Dahlia seems concerned, and the party is slowing down a bit as though they are planning an approach. You see a river before you. Most of the party knows this to be the Elia River, and in fact, Dog probably does too, because you have a fair amount of navigational knowledge. I think maybe only Ralgar might not, but it's also not that far from his homeland. So the Elia River is up ahead. There is a long inn, a wooden building on a stone foundation with a wooden bridge over the river to the south. And it is across the river, you can see rolling hills on the far side. Yeah, the party is slowing down, so you may want to discuss why.
Hey, Grunrock, what did you say this place was called again?
The Wolf's Belly Inn.
That's not a good name. I would never show someone my belly. Have you ever been here?
Yeah, we spent an evening here one time. We got saved by an elf.
Saved from
Saved?
what?
Let's just say these guys work pretty closely with the bone ferrets, and we don't want to stay here too long. Slavers, in case
Oh.
you're not familiar with the bone ferrets.
Ralgar's probably not. You could make a lore roll to see if you are.
Keep things going.
They don't
They
have much of a
drugged our
presence
group.
in where you're from.
They drugged
Yeah.
our group, and we're planning
Attempted to drug our group.
attempted to drug us, and we're planning to sell us. But an elf came along and helped us out.
Oh, do you want me to poison their well so you can get some revenge?
I'd rather just keep a wide berth.
Okay.
We can't keep too wide of a berth because they're right next to the bridge. Let's just try to stay on our horses and keep going.
Okay. So is your plan to ride for the bridge?
At full speed.
All right. You go thundering towards the bridge, and as you approach, you can see that it has a heavy gate shutted across it. And the young man in his heavy, dusty overalls, who is the son of that family that runs the inn, is waving his arms for you to stop and standing in front of the gate. He runs over to the gate to collect a toll box on a stick and then comes marching towards you. He doesn't seem to have quite noticed who you are yet.
You said our horses are fine, right?
Oh yeah,
Are they good at jumping?
with an animal handling roll.
That's not necessary. I'll keep my hood up and I'll like kind of trot up to the front.
Okay. He has a short sword at his side, which he has not reached for. He's wearing dusty leather overalls and has scraggly hair, and he's gonna march up to you, and he says, "Hail, fair traveler. That's gonna be a silver for the crossing."
For everyone.
"Oh, yes. Unless you have a contract."
Contract.
"Of course. Discount for those in business with the bone ferrets at..." "Do I know you?"
Not get a lot of blonde-haired elves out here.
You reminded me of someone. Anyway, so,
A silver for the lot.
a silver apiece. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for the little one.
Oh, hi, friend. Maybe you know me.
Wolfkin, what are you doing so far south?
Just unusual business for the people I work for. Do you not know who I am?
No. Why should I?
Because the people I work for make the bone ferrets look like puppies.
Oh, really? And who would they be,
The Brotherhood of Rust.
Okay, one sec. This sounds like a bit of an intimidation roll to me.
Sure, I didn't know my reputation, would come into play anywhere. I'm always curious about how reputation works.
Oh, so reputation is what you roll to see if somebody knows you. And what is your reputation?
4.
I can roll to see if he knows of your reputation. Linking it to yourself when you no longer look like yourself could be a different thing.
I mean, I'm going for maybe he's heard of the wolf that works for the Rust Brothers.
He has heard of Old Greymange, but he's looking at you and he's like, "A wolfkin working for the Rust Brothers. I've heard tale of one, but you don't look much like him."
Oh, yeah? What does he look like?
"Well, he's old and scraggly. He's got black eyes and he's got a snout that can sniff out a witch at a mile's distance. They say
You
he's
know
helped..."
what he can do?
"Yes. He's identified dozens of witches and members of the Raven Sisterhood for the Brothers of Rust to put out of their misery."
Huh, so it kind of seems like if he tells the Brotherhood to kill someone, they do it. Would you agree with that?
"What are you suggesting?"
I'm suggesting you let us through, and you never saw us, and the best part is it means I never saw you.
Make a manipulation roll, and I'm going to give you +2 dice because your reputation precedes you.
All right, +2. I'm just going to add those to my base. Why not? Jeez.
All those dice, but you still got one. I forgot I had no willpower.
Willpower.
To just make him open the gate.
One success, huh? All right, here's what he's going to say. He's going to say, all right here, Grey Mange, if that's who you're suggesting you are. You can pass this time, but don't come back expecting free passage every time. You tell the Rust brothers they can come here and purchase a contract, just like everyone else. We'll even give them a discount. They could buy one contract for your whole crew. But I know they've got the money, and we've got the business, and this is an important thoroughfare, and they don't get exempted just because they're, well, you know. Not that we don't respect them and all, but they're gonna have to pay like everybody else. They can come negotiate like proper business people. Now, get on your way and tell your masters they can buy you a ticket for the next passing.
Oh,
Grey Mange.
That's very kind of you. And I'll tell my bosses that you respect them, because they love when people... Oh, wait. They'd prefer you fear them. Anyhow, okay, see you next time.
He's gonna go and open the gate. Send you on your way. He opens the gate and you get to ride across the bridge.
Car?
You're clear. You're into the hills to the south.
Yeah?
Are you telling the truth back there?
About what?
I mean, I know that you were affiliated with the Brothers of Rust because of what you said about someone very powerful and very dangerous who I should never be around again. But you sniffed out witches and you gave them over to the Rust Brothers to be killed?
No, that's just a reputation. I was a prisoner. But I've told people that I did things so that I could get away with whatever I wanted to.
Can I inside check a party member?
Yeah, instead of... Oh, boy. Hold on. There's a way to GM roll. Figure out how many dice you get and type /GM roll space and then XD6 and just send me the raw dice. And, yeah, I'll get a manipulation roll from Adam whether or not it's necessary because you know whether or not you're telling the truth. And I will get a insight roll from Velas whether or not you know.
I messed up. I gotta do that again.
Yeah.
So I GM my manipulation.
One sec. I'll type out the command.
Oh, how kind of you.
There's an example of what it looks like. /GM roll space number. And it's how many total d6s you would get on that roll. Just waiting on Amy's roll.
Reg GM, not DM.
GM.
Yeah, GM roll.
That was one too many dice, Josh.
Okay, I'll ignore the last one.
I looked a little too closely here.
All right, resolved. Proceed. Which way would the party like to go?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't entirely remember how to get where we're going.
I know. We have to go south.
Yeah, I can actually.
It's like I think it's a little bit west. Like, because do I know exactly where it is, or is it just like a general?
You know pretty closely, and you're familiar with the area you're in currently. So one sec. You are. It's south by southeast from where you are now.
Okay. So well, let's just said south again.
And
Hey,
it's-
this is
It's still a
dog
long
talking.
way.
This is Vergello. This is this is Vergello talking. Through Bill. No. There's the graveyard of thunder right there.
Bum bum.
So whenever we're not in a hurry with a potential time bomb, and we're kind of in the area,
Might
maybe
be fun
we
to
can
check
see if
out.
there's actually treasure in there from forever ago.
Maybe we
Go
can
clear
see if
out
there's
the-
not orcs.
Go
Yeah.
clear out the lizard man maze thing.
Yeah. Let's just head south though.
Okay. You're in hills now. Let me check the territory rules for travel rate over this and stuff. So 1 sec.
The hills.
Be on your guard for bands of roving horses. Remember,
Hills are
we
still
not
considered
far from
open
Emerald
terrain.
Peak.
So we are moving into. If everybody's keeping the same roles, I don't need to move to the exploration tab, but we're moving from morning into daytime now. And hills are still considered open terrain, so this hex and up to 2 more open hexes can be covered in this quarter day. Sound good?
Okay. Yep.
All right. And this is an explored hex where the party has been, at least one member of the party, Velas and Grenrock have been this way. So you do not need to make any rolls for this hex, but if
we too were one.
so you don't need to make any rolls for this hex, but you do need to lead the way into the next hex. And dog is successful. All right, we're making our way south. This next hex is hills bleeding into plains. It counts as hills, but it is the edge of the hills leveling off into the rolling plains of Moldana. You have left the plains of Vivend. You have crossed the Elia River. You have crossed these hills and are entering for the first time into the Moldana Plains, which are the heartlands of the Ravenlands. And they are known for being vast plains of waving grass occupied by various tribes of humanoids. 1 sec. Let me actually check what you might know about this region before we roll into it. Give me 1 sec.
We know there's a legendary horse named Carrots here.
There is. Somewhere in these plains is a legendary horse named Carrots. If I snake eyes an encounter roll, Carrots.
It's gonna be Carrots. What would we do with him? Hoko
Bring
would
him
be
back.
so sad.
Bring him back to his owner and his little sister Celery. Good times.
For those of you who may not have seen our earlier episodes, Josh truly enjoyed naming characters and animals after plants and vegetables in
Yeah.
the early season.
Look, he was dieting hard for his summer beach trip last year. You gotta forgive him.
He had to have that rockin'
Uh-huh.
beach bod.
If he started naming things like Oreos and
I didn't name it Carrots.
I can't think of a single
The
other
character
leader.
that you controlled named it
The
Carrots.
character you controlled named it Carrots right before it sent it on a suicide run from a dragon. Oh, sorry, it was a griffin, actually.
Look, if you want to get all technical about it.
It outran a griffin and a storm. That
You
horse
can't
is a
be
legend.
expected to remember the things that he says or does.
Correct. No, it's fine. Sorry, 1 sec. Looking for a piece of info. There it is. Found it. Okay. Right. These plains are said to be dotted with human villages, flanked by saurians that live closer to the rivers and marshlands, and mainly occupied by Aelanders, who are humans from south of the southern mountains. So yeah, these are mostly human-occupied heartlands. And south you go.
Are Saurians the crocodile people?
Yeah, they are.
What's the
We
name of
should
this
avoid
body of
them.
water again?
That is a lake known as the Tin.
Okay.
Great name for a lake.
All right, revealing the next hex here.
Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom.
All right. What direction would you like to go from here?
South.
South. All right. Lead the way roll again for another new hex.
Oh, so it's a lead the way roll for each new hex, but we get to do. Got it. Where's my?
Yeah, but as long as you
Oh.
keep succeeding and don't have any interruptions, you can cover a ton of ground.
Got it.
Very nice, very nice.
No encounter.
Something's gonna happen. 1 sec.
It's all right. My elven eyes are on it.
My brand.
Guys, I love this new fidget that I bought.
What
I
is
showed
it?
to you last time we played. It's the
Mm,
little,
oh yeah.
crescent cap of Psyduck.
I have one of those. It looks a lot like this though. There's a bunch of them.
I'm afraid to type those though and like spoil my deepest darkest secrets.
Everybody make a scouting roll for me.
Yes.
Single roll, no pushing.
Do I get one even though I'm leading the way?
Yeah. Dog. Dog, you're gonna see this
What up, dog?
before anybody else, so this prompt is for you.
Okay. Everyone, stop listening.
Like a needle reaching from ground to sky off to the southeast, you see a what at first you think is just a mirage or hallucination. You think you see something out of the corner of your eye, and you look towards it, and all you see is vast rolling plains, the waving grass blowing in the sunshine, and you keep riding, and every time you look in the direction you're riding, you think out of the corner of your eye you see something, and when you look at it, it's gone. But you're certain that there's something there, something persistent, something very tall and looming. And after about the third or fourth time you look in that direction, you faintly see a super tall, slender spire reaching dozens of stories like a needle up from the ground all the way to the edge of the few sparse clouds that are in the sky. And you focus on it for a second, and as you're riding along, every time you bounce on your horse, it blurs and fades and then blurs back into existence and then blurs and fades and then blurs back into existence. And finally, you see nothing. You ride a few more steps and you slow down a little bit and you're looking where it just was and you see nothing. But you're certain that a second ago you saw this huge towering stone spire reaching all the way to the sky, and nobody else in your party is acting as though they've seen anything.
I'll totally come to a stop on my horse and just
Okay.
kind of look in that direction and like really squint my eyes.
Nothing.
What you doing, buddy?
There was a spire.
A spire?
It looked like a stone spire with very narrow, like slit windows at various places up its height, impossibly tall, impossibly thin. Now you're just looking at waving infinite plains.
Let's just go.
Yeah. Let's do that. Trying to get to Hexenwald as quickly as we can.
Keep on riding, not in the direction of the spire.
I'm gonna make a mental note. Well, where's
I drew on the map.
Okay, we need to go east anyways. I'm gonna kind of turn us in that direction a little bit because we're gonna have to go east at some point anyways.
Okay, if you want to start cutting that way now, you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As you start cutting to the east, east and southeast, you are sort of slowly closing the distance to where you saw the thing, and riding a bit closer to it than you were, even though you're not going directly towards it. As you close the gap, everybody else got exactly one. Let me random it.
Does someone else see it?
Grunralk. You see what he saw flashing into existence and then flashing out for a second, and Dog. It now flashes into existence and is perfectly clear for you, but it's still darting in and out of existence for Grunralk, just like it was for you a second ago. Grunralk, out of the corner of your eye, you catch this needle-tall spire going dozens of stories up into the sky, made of stone. You're trying hard to focus your eyes on it, but it seems to be blurring in and out of existence as you move.
There it is. I'll just point up to it.
Grunralk and Dog are pointing at something. The rest of you have no idea what they're on about.
What?
I'm honestly waiting for Grunrock to gaslight me, just because he hates orcs so much.
That I never thought I'd say that the orc is actually right. There's something there, maybe.
Have you
I-
been in my shrooms from the cave?
Grunralk.
Nothing here.
She's talking to you, and you take one step more towards it, and it's like you can see it, and then you move your head back an inch and you can't, and you move your head forward an inch and you can again, and you're right at the threshold of where this thing seems to be visible to you, even though some of the party are closer to it and haven't seen it yet. And it is this needle-like stone structure, blurring in and out of focus as you stare at it. And now that your eyes can focus on it a little bit, your ears are starting to pick up a subtle vibrating hum. Same for Dog and Ralgar. Your ears are picking up a strange vibrating hum, though you see nothing. And the two of you that can see it, Grunrock and Dog, you can see this huge tower, and you can now make out that there is a silver door at ground level, with a giant eye etched into its surface staring at you.
Like staring at us specifically, or
Figuratively. It's a
Okay.
huge eye that is pointed in your direction because there is
Okay.
a door at the base of the tower.
okay.
It's actually a little difficult to get a sense of scale because this thing is so impossibly tall. But at the distance it's at, your eyes are processing, and it looks to be at least a dozen stories tall. And you think that the door, now that you're kind of crunching it in your head, might be really big as well. Like a 15, 20-foot tall door at the base of it.
Have I heard of any like stories or anything that other orcs have seen this, or
You can make a difficult lore roll. This is a lore roll at a -1. You and Grunrock can both roll this if you like.
one? That's 3 skulls for me. I'd push it if I could, just for the willpower, but
Yeah, it's not pushable.
I got
Ooh, that's one
a
success.
success. I think that's how that works.
You got one success. You did it at a -1 die, and you got one success, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Grunrock, you've traveled these plains before because you came from the Shroud north across these plains. And you once heard tale. With one success, I'm going to give you the super vague version of this. You once heard a tale of a city within a spire where once dwelt a demon queen who lies sleeping and thirsting for souls, trapped within a tower within which lies a city. You've heard this. You actually heard a poem once describing it, but with one success, the exact words of the poem are gone. Some traveler that you stumbled across mentioned it to you, and you were like, yeah, whatever, good story. But they warned you about this strange edifice in the plains of Moldena where this demon queen sleeps, trapped within a magical city within an ancient spire, but no one knows exactly where it is. And this legend was linked to the plains of Moldena. Where you are now.
Oh. That's the demon. Oh, demon queen.
Demon.
And I'll kind of
queen?
look over my shoulder towards Lynn. Maybe we should avoid this one. This might be the city in a spire that's supposed to be ruled by a demon queen. Or trapping a demon queen. I forget the poem. It's not a good thing, I don't think.
You lost me at Demon Queen. Let's just go.
Yeah, I have no interest in this place that I can't even see. Still not convinced you guys aren't smoking shrooms somehow while we're horseback riding. Please, can we just keep going?
No, something's making my ears tickle, and I don't like it.
Whoa.
Oh no, the horses are acting up.
Yeah, I'm getting a headache too.
I think we need to ride away. Fast.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Which direction would you like to ride?
Southeast.
Okay. As you ride onto the southeast, you pass at your closest point to that tower, and everybody in the party who hadn't seen it yet sees just a vague vibration of it, and then it's gone. You see it for a split second, long enough to believe something's there, but frustratingly, you can't get a good look at it.
I'm just glad someone else in the party succeeded, so the new guy wasn't just like, this guy's kind of crazy.
Okay. So let's get a lead the way roll for a new hex here. This is the third of your 3 hexes for this quarter day, and it is plains, so you can continue covering ground here.
Is it the third? I think this is supposed to be a new one.
1, 2, 3.
Because
Oh,
we
was the
were in
first
the
the
Wolf's
hills?
Belly. The Wolf's Belly
Oh.
was the end of our third one.
Okay, so it was
On the
hills,
last one.
plains.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait a
So we're
sec
in a new
before you
quarter
roll
day.
anything. Let's go back to exploration tab here. Morning got us to the Wolf's Belly. Day got us to where we are right now.
Yeah, so now we're in
And-
evening.
Yeah, so now you're on to evening. So what do you want to do during evening?
I mean, we make camp just far away from the spire, I would imagine.
Yes.
I'll attempt to cook some vegetables.
Okay.
I'll make camp. +1 from Dahlia.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm getting 1 on all of these survival checks.
Just barely
Just-
getting them.
One's enough.
It's cursed,
is
man. I'm
enough.
telling you, it's cursed.
Well, I'm keeping watch.
No encounter.
I don't remember how cooking works, but I have a
Um,
unit of vegetables.
So it doesn't technically matter, but if you're using the field kitchen, you roll 2d6 to see how much you can cook. You only have one thing of vegetables, so you just cook. What's your second rank in cooking do?
I don't know. I'm only level 1 in chef.
Oh, what's your first level do?
I can turn up to D6 units of vegetables.
So
then
the
you
way it
just- you
works
just
is,
Make food.
yeah, if you have fish or vegetables or something edible, you can eat it to avoid rolling a die for a day. But if you cook it, it becomes a die for somebody.
Is that just an auto success? Just spending a quarter day to turn 1 unit of things into 1 unit of food?
With the chef talent, it's up to D6 units of vegetables, meat, or fish into food. So yeah, it just goes one to one.
'Cause I don't have any more, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's just
turns
auto
into a
success.
die of food. If you're spending the quarter day doing it, then you get to turn that unit of vegetables into a unit of food. Probably
Alright.
making a stew or something. So you get to pick a person to gain a die.
I have no food.
yeah, I don't even know you, but you can have it. It's one of my favorite recipes. It's potatoes boiled in water.
Mm.
Next level.
Hey, Ralgar.
Oh, hi, Velas.
I'm gonna kind of walk out towards the edge of camp. Come here with me. Help me. I think I see something. Look with me.
Oh, okay. And my tail's just like slowly swishing down.
I'd appreciate a bit of honesty, considering how often I lie for you. What's the deal with you and the witches? The Raven sisters.
I did what I had to do to survive.
Explain.
Have you ever been in a position where the choice is do what you're told or die?
I don't know. Probably not.
I have. I spent most of my life in that position. I did some things I don't want to talk about. But
Like selling out the
didn't.
Raven sisters. For the Rust brothers.
The Rust brothers, they captured me. They held me prisoner. And they made me work for them. Or die, just like a prisoner does. I did things. And I survived until I found my way out. And the only way I got out was because of my magic. They saw potential in me. And that's why Seagar took me on as his apprentice. But you have to stay away from him.
Yeah, I'm no fan of Sia cars, and I'm pretty sure I'm public enemy number one to him. So
I'm public enemy number 1 with the Rust brothers. Funny how that works.
yeah, you've got a reputation that precedes you.
Oh, and at this point, my master knows I lied to him. And I told you when I went to meet him about the honeybees and the honey lich. I lied to him, and he's a smart man. By now, he knows I lied to him.
Yeah, well, if he catches up to us, it'll be interesting to see who he kills first.
Oh, it'll be me.
Very bold. I've personally stolen from him. So, could be me.
We good?
Yeah. We're good.
Okay. Then I go back to camp.
Beautiful. Back to camp we go. Oh, sorry, I got a message that I didn't see. Yeah. The answer to your question is yes. To the person that DM'd me. To the second question. It's a roll. Okay, so Yeah. We rest.
Into the night.
And we slept.
While I'm
Grunrock.
keeping watch, I want to sit facing in the direction of the hollows where I last saw this thing.
Okay.
I'm still going to try to be on guard, but I'm definitely going to be looking in that direction.
Okay. There's still no moon visible tonight. It is extra black, extra dark, and the night passes uneventfully. Morning rises. Food and drink rolls.
Are we next to water?
No.
Ah, dadgummit. Those potatoes were so good. I ate all of them.
Those were supposed to last you at least a day or two. Oh, man. Grunrock, I see what you mean.
Yeah, if you don't wash the potatoes, they taste too good. You've got to wash them before you boil them.
Yeah, I did what you said, and he still ate the whole pot.
Oh.
Well, I hardly eat cooked food.
Hey, friend, I'm gonna need you to make food last a little longer.
I'll try.
Tally ho! Where them witches be?
I have to pee.
Go ahead.
BRB.
Bill,
Yes.
you don't know.
Okay. And we danced.
Give Adam a sec.
I think Raugar should make camp tonight, and I'm gonna forage for some food. Also, not that I want something bad to happen, but I want something to happen so I can get some willpower. I feel so naked without any willpower.
I know exactly what you mean. I was like, oh, I'll just talk. We'll talk for a minute. Tell me about this contract. You don't know me. All right, let's schmooze them with some.
I
trap.
was getting ready if Raugar hadn't stopped talking. I was gonna hop off the back of my horse while you were talking to him and just try and club him on the back of the head. But then Raugar started talking, so I was like, "We'll see if we can get out of this peacefully."
Genius.
When he's back, I guess we do lead the way rolls. Is he the one leading the way? No, somebody else
I'm
is.
leading the way.
Okay, you
I
can
can
go
go
ahead
and
and
roll.
roll it. Yeah, let's kick it off.
No, my luck. Adam was here for the luck, and I got it. I failed.
Oh, I had my headphones on the whole time.
Oh, good.
So
Your
just so
mic
you
was
all
on
know,
too.
I
The mic
was-
for your headphones was totally attached as well.
Yep. So you heard my 35-year-old enlarged prostate dribble.
Cooking bacon.
Woo!
Don't get old, folks. It's overrated.
Keeping it fresh up in here. She's dead.
Amy. Ames, I'm just kidding. It's like Ghostbusters. Like the stream is strong. You don't have to worry about me.
He's in there with 3 other guys.
Now you just don't know
Across
what
the
to believe.
streams.
Thanks for
She's
breaking my wife,
gone.
man.
All right,
Was
we're
that on our
traveling
list
through
of
the
things
plains
we're
of
not supposed to
Baldana.
talk about?
I was
Yes,
just out of line.
Ralgar. All right, you are losing progress due to navigational mishaps. You are getting to an area of switchbacks and hills in which you are traveling through some trenches that are dead ends, and then you have to double back, and then you try to go around them and realize that you had to go the other way around them, and you are effectively lost in this area and losing time. So you must make a survival roll to get unlost, otherwise you spend another quarter day lost. Go ahead and make a survival roll to get unlost.
Get unlost.
But this quarter day you
Yeah.
make no forward progress. It is
Got
now
unlocked.
daytime, and you can make another lead the way roll for the next daytime check now.
Oh, wow. Dog, you're not going to believe this. You probably will. I once got us lost for 2 whole days.
Ugh,
Yeah,
I hope you don't get lost for that long. That sounds awful.
We probably won't. You seem to be really good at this.
I rolled for the next day.
Daytime.
Daytime.
You make further progress across the plains. And no issues, no encounters. You're just traveling through open territory, and it's been quite peaceful. Very unusual for this party.
Very unusual for this game.
We've had 2 sessions of a whole lot of good traveling rolls, so let's keep it up.
Dog is so
um,
OP.
You get to continue making lead the way rolls.
Just wait till you see me in combat to see how useless I am.
That's only a third of the daytime as long as you're going through open terrain, so you can make another one. Do you want to go south or southeast?
It was south by southeast, so it's probably
It still is, so you
it
could go
still
either.
is. I'm gonna go south.
Okay.
I say we can go south.
There is a huge mountain range looming to the south of you as well. You're drawing closer to it.
Okay.
You see mountain peaks south of you about 10 miles.
Do I know what that
about
mountain range is?
Uh, it is the mountain range that runs along the west edge of the Shroud, and it is said to be home to an abandoned dwarf fortress of ages long past, and connects to the southern mountain range that divides the Ravenlands from Alderland.
The Stone
Got it.
Moon Mines.
Nice. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna reveal a portion of a hex here that you haven't explored, but I'm still gonna show it because you can see these mountains. So one sec. You're coming up on a mountain range here, so it looks like the way forward is going to be southeast from here. Otherwise, you're going into very tall, very dense mountains. And there are... Let's see. Let me make an encounter roll. No encounter yet again. Keep cruising. So it looks like southeast is the way that you're getting forced by this mountain range here. So
Yeah, let's follow that. Then is this our second one?
this will be your third one.
Okay.
So this will be it for today.
Nothing.
All right. Lead the way mishap. You might make progress anyway, depending on what happens with the mishap. So one sec. Oh, that's a fun one.
That's never fun.
The T-Rex, I just know it.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's carrots.
Oh my god, what if it's Miss Polymore?
Oh jeez.
I'll take the T-Rex.
At least it can be reasoned with.
Massive downpour
Wow.
rolls in. A huge rainstorm rolls in, catching you unawares. You must all roll for the effects of cold and must seek shelter until the storm is past and won't make any progress on the map during this quarter day. You're gonna have to run for a cave in the base of them there mountains, which is gonna prompt a fresh encounter roll here, or else risk exposure. But first, we're rolling for cold here. So 1 sec.
I don't remember how to do that.
I think it's an endurance roll. 1 sec.
Well, I'll wait till you're ready.
My horse's name is Cider, guys. I just remembered.
When
Tabernacle
cold is
inside.
bitter and you don't have enough shelter, you have to roll endurance regularly. The colder it is, the more frequently you need to roll. Chilly day, blah, blah, blah. Cold is... you get to add extra gear dice if your character has a heavy blanket or some other extra protection. But make an endurance roll. If you fail, you become cold, which means you take a point of damage to your strength and wits. And must keep making endurance rolls if you fail to find shelter for possibly additional damage and additional effects of cold. So everybody make an endurance roll. If you fail, then you take a damage each to strength and wits, and will be forced to make another cold roll if you don't find shelter.
Can we push these?
No. I snake-eyed an encounter roll, you guys.
I don't know what that means.
Carrots!
Oh no.
I think you might find carrots hiding in the same cave that you go to take shelter in.
Who has the best animal handling?
I'm 4.
That's the best then.
I got a 2.
All right. So you've all made your rolls. Apply the damage if you have failed. Technically, you're still in the plains of Moldana, and I did snake eyes while you're here, so I think you're gonna find a sickly, cold, wet carrots sheltered under a rocky outcropping. Yeah, who has good animal handling that wants to approach?
I'll approach. And I mean, I look like a ragged, wet dog right now. And so
Carrots has been through some shit and does not know you, so make an animal handling roll to allow the approach. Otherwise, Carrots is gonna go bolting off into the rainstorm.
Can I push it?
This one you can if you want.
And remove successes and banes. Okay. Take that down to a 2. Push.
Hey.
Carrots is a bit skittish. You think that Carrots is about to bolt. But then, is Carrots a he or she? Do I need to roll for it?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Carrots is a she. She almost bolts, but then lets you approach.
I'm leading my horse with me.
Okay.
And I just say, "Oh, hi there, little horsey. You look like you're having about as bad of a day as I am. If you're hungry, I've got some vegetables." And I'll pull a unit of food out of my pack and offer it.
Yeah, Carrots will crunch a carrot. Cannibalism.
I'll go down. I'm at D12. I'll go down to a D10 for that.
You can just roll the die instead of going down a unit.
What? I can?
It'll only go
This
down
game.
if you fail the roll.
I succeed in my roll.
Alright.
I
Yeah,
reach
then you
out
share some
one
food with Carrot.
paw gently towards its nose.
Carrot nuzzles up against you for warmth.
Oh, I say, do you want to come with us? Maybe you can make some friends? I have some very fine friends. And maybe we can find you a good place to live.
Carrots licks the top of your head and then starts nudging at your backpack because that's where the food came from.
Okay, you can have some more. and I give her some more food, and I succeed on that too.
She's your friend now.
Do you want to come meet my friends and your friends, and we can all be friends?
Carrots is very nervous because Carrots is afraid of storms because the last time Carrots was in a big storm, there was
Oh,
a griffin
yeah.
involved.
I turn and I go, hey everyone, I found a horse, and the horse found a cave, so why don't we come in here until the storm goes away?
Algar,
Yeah?
first off, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Second, I don't know what we're gonna do with the horse, but I'm stoked about it.
I think you ride them.
Right, but we don't have another rider.
Isn't the goblin and the other girl sharing a horse?
I mean, we could try to put. Oh my God! It's Carrots. Grunrock, it's Carrots.
Wait, you mean it did? That horse isn't griffin bait? Oh my god! And I'll run up to Carrots and try and jump and hug her around the neck.
I'm just making notes. Carrots is afraid of storms. Carrots is lucky. Carrots
While we're
loves Ralga.
Getting comfortable waiting out the storm. Grunrock and I will just go back and forth telling of Carrot's bravery and its
Yeah, well-
ability to escape.
We'll fill them in on how we know this particular mare
Sure.
and what went down with
Why don't
it.
you tell the tale while you set up camp for the night in this cave? I'm gonna not require a make camp roll because you have happened upon a good shelter that Carrots also found. Carrots, being a lucky horse, has given you a place to wait out the storm.
And Carrots already set up a campfire, some sleeping furs.
Sewed
She
you
was
some new
expecting
blankets. All right.
I'm
She
gonna
was
go-
expecting guests.
I'm gonna forage then.
Carrots knows some shit you don't. Yeah, so it is evening now. We do not need to make camp because you found a good shelter. Well, somebody has to put in the time to make camp, but you don't have to make a roll. So I'll have Dahlia just make you a fire. And the rest of you can, do whatever. Gunnar, I'll keep watch. Veloz, do your thing. And we do evening time.
I'm sleeping
Man.
during the evening so I can get my
I'm gonna sleep. but-
strengths
Yeah.
back and empathy and wits or whatever we lost. And that way I can go forage afterwards.
I have rolled
During
no
the night.
encounter like 10 or 12 separate times this session. You guys are just skirting through. Which is fine because the average was totally the other way when you were in the Dankwood. So the plains of Moldana like you a lot better than your own homeland.
The Dankwood was torture.
I foraged and I found 2 more potatoes.
Foraging in the rain. Very nice, very nice. All right.
I come back
Yeah.
to camp just soaking wet, covered in mud, and I'll go to where Ralgar's resting, and I'll kind of look down at the potatoes and back at him, and I'll just set the potatoes right beside him, and then carefully walk away.
My nose twitches twice in my sleep. You just hear me go, "Whoa." And that's it.
Cool. All right. The evening's going to pass uneventfully, so we're on to nighttime.
All right.
Maybe the Forbidden
going
Lands
to-
aren't terrible everywhere. Maybe it's
Malgar.
just where you started that they're bad. Because this seems to be totally fine.
So far. Granted, we probably ignored the giant eldritch horror.
I don't know the exact count, but I think I've rolled no encounter 13 times this session. It's incredible. Yeah, the
Also,
night passes uneventfully.
I think the clippable moment from this one's probably Carrots.
Finding carrots, yeah.
Ralgar, are you cooking? You cooking?
Yeah, I rolled a d6 and I got a 2, so I can turn both of those potatoes into 2
Well, you-
units of food.
You also have the field kitchen, so it's 2d6, so you can just cook 2.
Oh, well, all right.
The clippable moment should be the Eldritch Horror. But I
Are you
really
giving me?
feel like it should be carrots.
Yeah, I'm giving them
Right.
both to you.
Yay! That's
A
2 days
12
worth of
foot
food.
tall, a 12-foot tall gaunt figure with black rubbery skin. It's Carrots. Carrots the
Carrots is the
horse.
luckiest dang horse there has ever been.
It is true.
Big haunting eye like the moon. Carrots.
You have like 4 super fine war horses now, and Carrots, who looks scrawny in comparison, but is super lucky.
What are your steeds' names? Oh, that's Sir Archibald and that's Carrots. What about those? I think that one's Cider, maybe. But
Calling it
Carrots
now.
and Sir Archibald.
Somebody's gonna kill the final boss of the whole campaign by charging on Carrots. Just critical hit, all 10 successes on 10 dice.
It'll be Dahlia.
Phenomenal.
The 4 of us are dead.
Dahlia.
It will definitely be
Miss
Dahlia.
Polymorph.
But yeah, Mrs. Polymore's the final boss, and Dahlia's riding on Carrots.
We're
For
all
sure.
just NPCs eating popcorn.
All right, so night passes uneventfully. We're on to morning. The rain lets up.
Knew I should have followed the tall, creepy guy. He's not coming back.
Am I still cold?
Poor Hank. He's been waiting for it the whole time.
Josh, do I have to roll endurance again, or is sleeping enough to shake it off?
No, you found shelter. If you had an encounter and got caught out in the storm longer, or if you didn't have shelter nearby, there were going to be further endurance rolls. But the double 1 Carrots Cave and you guys having a mountain range right next to you means you could find some shelter. And I rolled for a mountains biome encounter and didn't get one, so you just found shelter and nothing bad happened. So everybody do food and water if you haven't
You sound
already.
bad about it, bro.
I'll kill you
Instead
all
of, like,
eventually.
Instead of aggressively eating all of my potatoes, just as I start to animalistically dive into them like I did before, I like set the bowl down and like wipe my hands off, like my furs and chest, like still filthy, and then
Mhm.
like very like carefully try and like pick one and daintily.
Gronrock and I are guzzling water like we've never had it before in our lives.
Dehydrated from the cold, obviously.
Um,
Them
let's
taters.
see. Who's the first person to wake up of the 3 of you? Who's the early riser?
I would
Velas
think me.
raised her hand. Velas, you roll over and wake up, and you see Lynn upside down, climbing the wall of the cave like a spider, with her head kind of twisted sideways and her eyes glowing a pale red. She makes eye contact with you and hisses at you, and you can see that the bumps on her back are raised up higher than they were before, propping up her clothes like a tent on her back.
Ugh, teenagers.
Yeah! She climbs up higher. She's now on the ceiling of the cave. Out of
Lynn,
arm's
get
reach.
down!
Ugh.
She's been
I
doing this shit all night. Get down!
Ugh. Doing what?
Have you tried offering her some food?
No. Does that usually work? You want some food?
Oh, yeah, try offering her a soul.
Do you have a spare one?
No. Do
Mm,
you?
mm.
Lynn, come down. We gotta get you back on another donkey or horse or something. We're not much farther.
The animals are all shifting uncomfortably because they can sense that something's amiss.
I'm gonna fish into my pocket and pull out a very nice silver bracelet with a lapis stone replaced in the center. I'm going to hand it to Grunrock. I'm going to go stand outside at the front of the cave and just kind of prep the horses.
She's hissing at you, Grunrock.
I'll hold the bracelet up so she can see it in the like little firelight that we have. I know there's a human in there somewhere. I never thought I'd be appealing to a human girl, but get down. We're trying to help you.
She's sleeping right now.
You need to give her body back.
Says who?
Says the Nightwalker.
You are not him.
I am not. But he listens when I ask sometimes, and I know you are not strong enough to stop any god.
You're gonna make a manipulation roll against the demon?
Certainly gonna try.
Go for it.
Your petty god has no authority over Chermog.
Chermog has no place here. Come down.
Perhaps I will break her.
He starts twisting an arm around in an unnatural direction. You hear faint popping noises.
Would Shermog accept, turn around and walk back in, blood from someone else, at least for now?
I am Vagrathon. I hail from Chermog.
Agrathon, would you accept my blood as payment to release her for now? I'm going to summon the phantom dagger out of my arm.
His eyes go
And I'm
wide.
Going to like put it up to like my arm and just drag it down the side. And then pull it up to my like chest and rake it across my chest and try and do like at least one strength worth of damage.
Okay. I think you're gonna have to succeed on a. One sec. Never mind. Yeah, you can do that. It's gonna do point of damage to your strength. She's licking her lips. And she'll crawl down towards you. And then come up and start licking the blood off of you.
Just stand there and let her do it.
That's gross.
I just turn towards the walls and I'm like, oh, I never noticed how like all those many cracks there are in the walls. Caves are so pretty. Just doing everything I can not to watch.
Lynn is standing up now, upright, with blood just smeared all over the lower half of her face and all over her hands. And then she stretches back and wings just burst out of her back and extend to full length, almost twice her height. Just these huge, leathery, black, bat-like wings.
Whenever you want to hurt her. As long as you are with us.
I rest now. Thank you for the snack.
Lynn collapses to the ground.
I'm
Just
the catcher.
motionless. Okay. Just in your arms now.
Just gonna try and carefully walk over to where her bedroll should be.
Okay.
Try and ease her down.
Okay.
What the hell? This
Anyone
is
catch
getting bad.
Anyone catch
So
the
that
thing's
doesn't-
name?
Vald or something.
Vagabond.
Yeah, it was Vagrathon.
Valerie.
Do you know it?
I mean, maybe. Let me think about it. Let's see.
A reputation roll for the demon.
I roll lore for Vagrathon with 1 success.
No knowledge of this creature.
Nope, no idea. Creepy
Churmog
name,
is
though.
the realm of demons and chaos. And yeah, it's the hell realm, and dealings with it, or with magic dealing with it, or with entities from it, is always considered extremely taboo, even in circles of death mages, such as yourself.
I tell you this, I don't like it. No,
It's pure
one bit.
forbidden demonology that corrupts everything that it touches.
It is pure forbidden demonology that corrupts everything it touches.
Yeah. Hopefully she'll wake up soon. Does her like arm look broken?
Not visibly, no. Judging from the sounds, it's gonna hurt though.
Is there like I don't see medicine or healing. There's healing. Oh God. Does someone have Raugar? Your healing should at least be 4, right?
My healing is 3.
Mine's only a 2. Can anyone do better than a 2?
Trying to see. I've got a 3.
I've got a 3.
Will one of you take a look at her arm, please? See if it can be set. I'm gonna stand up, walk over to Grunrock, extend my hand for the bracelet back.
I walk over to Grunrock and Velas.
I give her back the bracelet.
Leaving Dog as the one with Lynn.
I guess I'm doing this. So it's just a straight healing to try and set her arm or something?
Her arm's not broken, she just has a point of strength damage.
Okay.
She doesn't have a critical injury.
Okay, so I don't have to roll for healing or anything.
It'll heal at a natural rate. It's gonna hurt for the day until she rests, unless she rests it off now for a quarter day. You're not sure how long she'll be out.
I'll like clean the blood off her face and try and like sling her arm a little bit just for its like general comfort, you know?
Okay.
And start putting her on Sir Archibald because we got to get out of here. You guys want to get to the witches as soon as possible because this is not looking good.
Morning time.
Oh, which part?
All of it.
Everything's normal.
Everything. This is not normal for me. I didn't want to say anything, but if this is y'all's regular, I don't know. Kids walking on ceilings, talking with demons.
Oh, yeah. Tell him, Grunrock.
The wings were new.
New. Got it.
I mean, I saw bigger wings than that on that dragon we saw a few weeks ago.
And
Let's
dragons.
go, guys.
Oh, yeah. And then the one time there was this giant armor, and there was no one in it, but it was filled with fire. Yeah, we've seen some shit. Welcome to the team.
He's got a point, though. We should probably load up and get moving.
What direction? Oh, I guess you're going southeast pretty much no matter what.
Yeah.
So
What direction?
okay.
Psych, you don't have a choice.
You really don't have a choice. I mean, it's like solid, very difficult mountain range in the other direction. So, southeast. Then, let's get our travel roll. I'll assume the normal rolls instead of switching over to the exploration tab. All right, cool.
Jesus, Bill.
I'm sorry.
Once again, no encounter though.
What's funny is it's not a lot of skulls either. It's like
No,
whole lot of
it's
nothing,
just a
and then
whole
one-
lot of nothing and one success.
Oh.
All right. Up ahead, you see a river flowing from northeast to southwest across the plains. Or actually, it's flowing the other direction because it's coming out of the mountain range. So it's flowing from southwest to northeast across the plains. And up ahead is it's a slightly smaller river than the previous river you crossed, but it would still be very difficult to get all of your horses across without a proper crossing. And up ahead is a village. It's a village of about a dozen buildings. It's small. It has a wooden palisade wall surrounding it, and inside the palisade, you can see a bridge crossing over the river. There are little wooden watchtowers next to. There's a single wooden watchtower next to the single gate into the town. There's a dusty road leading into the town from your general direction that leads out into the plains. And there is a single watchman standing on top of the tower off in the distance who sees your approaching party, but you are far enough away to be able to discuss what you want to do. You're several hundred feet away when you see this kind of off in the distance. All you see is tower with a guy in a palisade, and all he sees is a group of horses off in the distance.
any reason not to approach?
Not that I can think of. We've got to find a way to cross the river. Maybe he'll know.
Unless you think Amber's Peak's influence reaches this far. But otherwise, I think we might as well go for it.
Dahlia says, I can think of a reason not to approach. She nods toward the demon-winged child that's lying asleep on the donkey behind her.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of wrap her up in my sleeping furs. I imagine my large size would be enough to kind of cover her in the wings a little bit.
Okay. Wrap her up, hope she sleeps.
She's gonna be sweating
Yeah.
it out on that donkey. Middle of the summer in heavy furs.
I'll let
Just
one
like,
wing
I'm
poke
gonna
out
go.
just in case. No, I wrap her up.
That's a great idea.
I was
Radiate
like, please,
ambient
please
heat.
say that that's not what you're really doing.
Yeah,
Bill,
no.
please.
You know, you put like 1 foot out if it gets too hot under a blanket. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, so we're gonna approach. I'm gonna move towards the front.
I'll be by your side.
Need some willpower.
All right. You approach. The man has studded leather armor, a tall spear that can reach all the way to the ground from his elevated position that he's leaning on and looking down at you. You can see a bow propped against one side of the platform that he is standing on, and he's looking down at all of you. He's got like a bucket helmet on that's just open down the front, and he's squinting down in your direction. And he says, "Hail, travelers! What brings you to Clayside?"
We are just seeking to cross the river somewhere. We were hoping perhaps you could tell us where there would be a bridge.
There's a crossing here. No tolls.
Really?
We just don't allow marauding bandits in our ranks. Where do you hail from,
Most recently from Lingmel. We're all kind of from all over the place, but that's where we've met up. And now
What's
we
your
would like to
name?
cross.
You're not sure of it,
No, sorry. Mine, his, theirs.
Your name. Out with it, quickly.
Sorry. My name is Arya.
You? He points at Ralgar.
Oh, my name is Blaugar.
But what was that?
It's Blaugar. Have you not met many wolfkin before? Because that's kind of like the John Smith of wolfkins.
I failed my lore roll, so I have no idea what you're talking about. You, Goblin, what's your name?
Long toe.
I love Longtoe so much. You, other one.
Dog.
He doesn't seem to question that one. Even though it's the most questionable answer.
I imagine like I say dog, and then he looks over at Ralgar for a second. Did they just swap names?
I see him look at me, and I just go, "That's racist."
And he points back at Dahlia, and she says, "Lady Dahlia to you." He says, "Oh, nobility among us. Where do you hail from?" The Hollows. The Hollows? The Hollows. That's the village of the dead, is it not? You peasants might call it that, yes. Very well
I
then.
imagine she's like fighting an ear-to-ear grin doing this.
And whose child? He gestures at the sleeping Lynn on the back of the donkey.
Mine.
Is she all right?
She's a bit sick. We're hoping to see some of her family.
Oh, we don't allow the ill into our village. No. Many plagues have swept
we're
through
crossing
here.
through.
Nah, I'm sorry. I can't let you within the gates.
She
Why?
just had some bad meat last night and is sleeping it off.
I didn't know you were supposed to cook meat when you're making it for humans, and I gave it to her raw.
How did this child end up in your care?
Which is not my care. It's her kid.
He's just the cook.
Who did you point out when you said that?
Velas.
An
Well-
elven child?
No. See, my brother is a half elf. He married a human. Now I've got someone quite in the middle.
Oh.
They both died.
This is too much. Listen, are you going to be traveling straight through, or will you be staying in the village?
Straight through.
Very well. I'll find you an escort. We'll take you right through to the bridge, and you can go on your merry way.
Thank you.
Hold on. He disappears down behind the gate. And after about 3 minutes of awkward silence, he shows up with 3 other armed guards with spears, and they open the gates and lead you into the village.
Jesus, this place is pinched up tight.
Right?
What's it called again? Clay something?
Clayside. Yeah, they're going to lead you through the village, and while you're walking through, that guard that was interrogating you says, "So, where are you bound for?"
The other side of the river.
And then off into the wilderness. Are you traders? Are you?
Travelers.
That's not very specific.
We're escorting the lady. She's the one who hired us. And I'll point at Dahlia.
She says, "I am bound for the halfling villages of the south. I wish to consort with them and seek out an alliance of trade with my people." Trade with the halflings?
They got great beer in the hollows. And you know those halfling rats are always drunk.
What race is this guard?
He's human.
Halfling. He's 2 halflings
He's you.
in a suit of armor.
Dahlia says, "I am known far and wide as the Beer Maiden, and I seek to
That
establish
part's
a
actually true.
I seek to establish trade routes with the deep southern cities on behalf of the trade empire of the Three Skulls. If you've not heard of it, you are not worth my time. Sorry, my lady. Did you say Three Skulls? She says, mm-hmm. He says, we got a couple of barrels in here a few weeks ago. That stuff's amazing. She just nods at him. He's like, all right. Be on your way. Could you perhaps see about getting us more deliveries here to Clayside? And she's like, I will speak to the brewmaster. I will order him to establish a meeting with your leadership. If your trade policies are acceptable to him. He bows and says, my lady. They escort you through the town towards the bridge. There's about a dozen small village. This village is like half the size of the Hollows, but better protected. You get lots of suspicious looks from people in the buildings as you pass through. There's people peering out of windows and peering from rooftops. There's shady, cloaked figures in the gaps between the buildings just popping out to peer at you while you go by. And there are, of note, the village is filled with colorful flower beds. It is a very well landscaped city. It's very colorful and nice on the inside. You wouldn't know it from the outside, which is just like cold, bare palisades all around. But somebody has taken care of spreading very colorful flowers over basically every inch of ground in this city, except for the walking paths. And you pass a mill and a smithy and an inn called the Singing Waiter, which is dark and dormant when you walk by. And the guards lead you to the far end of the bridge, where there's another tiny gate just blocking off the end of the bridge, and bids you farewell.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank
On
you
your
for
way?
your hospitality.
You go on your way.
Anyone
Dog
like
looks
to
back
fill
at
the
Dahlia and is
water?
just like, your nobility.
I think I am.
You certainly are now, Dahlia. What the hell? That
Look.
was awesome.
If we're going to keep adventuring, I'm going to be a little adventurous.
Girl, get it. Absolutely.
I'm proud
You
of
will
you.
address me as Beer Maiden.
That's what
Beer
they-
maiden, get it.
They already called her that at all the bars, anyways.
They actually did.
She didn't realize that it wasn't.
It wasn't an honorific.
Yeah.
Here comes the beer maiden again.
Yeah, you make it through the town. You want to continue on? You've still got 2 more hexes this quarter day as long as it's open terrain.
Yeah.
And Lynn is out for the quarter day, so passing
Yo,
through town
Clay-
quickly means you didn't have a problem.
Clayside sounds gorgeous and like a wonderful place to stop and wreak havoc, but we have a bomb.
Let's just do a question. Do you guys have any bees? How about any neighborhood cities that just got demolished with a single sole survivor? Just trying to do the checklist here.
Let's get a navigation roll here.
Oh my goodness. One success.
Wow. Yep, that's all you need.
I'll be right back again, but I'm listening.
Okay.
So don't say anything.
Once
rude.
again, no encounter. This is amazing.
This game
yeah.
and the last game have been the weirdest with like no encounters.
Yeah, you've had. I mean, I think statistically you should have had like 4 tonight and you've had 0
Yeah,
instead.
exactly. It's so weird.
You just, I mean, take it when you can
Hey,
get
we
it.
had carrots. There was an encounter. It just
You
wasn't
had
bad.
entire sessions where you covered like 2 hexes, so if you can cover like half the world in one, you take it.
Relative to where I believe the
South.
just okay, cool. Then we have one more.
Yeah, you have one more hex you can cover.
All right, I rolled. I got 1 success once more. And I ran.
Okay, 1 sec. Give me 1 sec.
Just 1 second. Ooh.
Not quite a forest. The Hexenwald is a small, dense wood of fir trees and bracken. The path into the forest extends before you, and as you approach, you hear the cawing of ravens, and you think you see subtle, shifting shadows among the trees. But then when you look closely, you wonder if perhaps your eyes were just deceiving you. Up ahead, far into the forest, you can faintly make out the very tip of a stone tower, just poking up over the tops of the trees, leaning slightly, as if it has sunk a bit over many years. And we will leave it there. That's a wrap.
Whew.
Thank God, I gotta
Ooh,
go
we got
check
the-
my notes, try
we
and
got
find
the
that
Hexenwald.
save.
Let's go.
I didn't hear anything anyone just said.
Your mics were both on, so you blasted each other out. What was that again?
Thank God, because I've got to go back and check my notes, try and find something important.
I was just excited that we reached Hexenwald.
Yeah. This is definitely the forest, as confirmed by Dog. Dog, you've never been into this forest, but you know about it, and you know that when you were traveling in these reaches last, this forest was given a wide berth.
That tracks.
I'm going to do XP as soon as we get Ralgar back.
Well, I didn't write down her name, which is about par for the course, but it was game number 18. So I'll go back and look at it. It was pretty early in the session.
Whose name?
Remember the witch we helped just south or just outside of Stone Garden or whatever?
Just outside of Aylesbury?
Was
Yes.
it Aylesbury?
It was Aylesbury.
Yeah.
I really don't remember. I just remember it was like when we were traveling kind of in that area.
Was it the witch you made an offering to and then went and spoke to?
No.
No.
There was
There was-
one who
she was
turned
like a
into literal
bird.
ravens.
Yeah, she was a bird that was like
Right.
trapped in a deer,
Right.
and Vergello helped her.
That was Virelda.
Virelda.
Virelda Bloodbeak.
Virelda.
Anyway, Adam, I don't know if you caught that, but you are at the border of the Hexenwald. It's a creepy ass forest. You think you see shifting shadows among the trees. There's a path leading into the wood that gives you a little bit of a creepy vibe, and you can faintly make out way deep into the forest a like slightly leaning stone tower poking up just above the tops of the trees.
Hey guys. Before we go in here, I think it might be a good idea if you don't call me Ralgar. Maybe just call me Mark.
Definitely something better than Blau.
Okay, I didn't have much time to think about that.
Mark.
But,
Mark.
you know, because like wolves, we like to hunt things. And we call the things we hunt our marks. But it's a name that we use. Just call me Mark, okay?
Is this because Bloodbeak? You know what? I'm not going to get into it. You and I have talked about this already. All right, Mark. Don't forget when I'm talking to you, Mark. When I call you Mark.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job of using the name that I said. I'm very happy.
And then there's Mark.
All right, so XP, here we go. Did you participate in the game session? Did you travel through at least one new hex? Did you discover a new adventure site? You sure did, just now. Technically, the discovering a new village counts as well. So Clayside plus this. Oh yeah, and that Spire that you've stumbled on. You've revealed 3 new adventure sites here.
It's a shame we only get 1 for the 3.
Did you defeat one or more monsters? No. Did you find a treasure worth of gold or more? No. Functioning stronghold? No. Activate your pride? No. Dark secret? I'm giving it to Ralgar. And
I don't know if mine came up at any point.
I need to
It's
remind
like it's
myself.
kind of on the edge, but not exactly.
Let me.
I feel the same way. Mine kind of got discussed, but it wasn't like. Wasn't.
Yeah,
Didn't do
that's
anything with
me. Like it was one of those I wouldn't fight. I just because it's like, eh.
Yeah, neither of them. I don't think either of them was substantial enough to apply.
Cool.
They have to cause you problems, which they will for both of you, for sure. But
Of course,
this
I would
time,
expect
no.
nothing less.
This time, I think Ralgar gets it for sure because he had to get through an awkward conversation that could have caused him trouble.
It still might.
And still probably will. So yeah, he's getting
We
one
got
for
it 2
Dark
sessions
Secret.
in a row.
Risk your life for another player.
Was anyone's lives ever in danger?
I'm actually going to give Amy one for cutting herself to feed the
Mm.
demon and keep Lynn safe. She's not technically a player character, but yeah, she put herself in danger. That demon could have just bit her in the neck and critical injured her into oblivion. And extraordinary action of some kind
Dahlia.
for Dahlia.
For being the nobility.
The beer maiden.
Carrots for
carrots.
surviving.
Yeah, bonus points for carrots. I think
Or
that'll
for the
do it.
animal handling roll that 1 carrot's over.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking back over everything that happened to think if there's anything I'm
How about
forgetting.
some fantastic navigating from your navigator?
Good rolls don't get you extra experience, but I do
Are you
respect
kidding?
it.
Appreciate them.
If good rolls don't give you experience, how come Amy's gotten it twice by just saying, "Yeah, I'll roll 50 damage dice
Listen,
with willpower"?
I don't give her XP for critting things to death. Maybe
Not
the first
anymore.
time way back
Not
in the day.
anymore.
So how much?
clip it.
Uh-huh.
Cousins that are twinning.
Cousins that are twinning.
That's all the XP. Let me measure how much ground we covered real quick because I'm curious.
A chunk.
You traveled
Oh my.
120 kilometers this session. Nicely done. Anyway, as far as I know, we're playing 2 weeks from tonight on the 15th. Does that tentatively work for everybody?
Tentatively.
Okay. I'll confirm by posting on the Discord when we schedule our next session, and I'll try to get earlier word up on the YouTube announcement as well. I know this one was short notice, so sorry for that, but I'll try to get the next one posted sooner once we confirm. In other news, The Ars Magica campaign that we're going to be jumping into is in setup. We had a character creation session off stream, and we're finishing up, and we're going to be jumping into that sometime in the next 3 to 4 weeks. We're going to have our first on-stream session of it, so stay tuned for that. Bill's in that one. We might get Adam in as a Grog, which, if you don't know anything about Ars Magica, is like an expendable extra character. One of the cool things about Ars Magica is you can make like a full-fledged detailed character, or you can make like a throwaway character that takes 5 minutes to make, and you can just play with a character that you don't have to like look after, that you can take wild risks with and stuff. So Adam is not fully in that campaign, but it sounds like he's interested in jumping in and playing a Grog in it. So anyway, stay tuned for that to get scheduled. We'll probably do the next session of Forbidden Lands before we do the first on-stream session of Ars Magica, but it's coming up probably in about 3 weeks. We'll have the first one of that. So I'll post that as soon as we know the date for it. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Also, let me know if the stream quality's been okay. I actually installed some new analytics stuff that should help diagnose the stream stability problems, but I also adjusted a bunch of settings, updated some video drivers, and changed the video codec, and changed the bitrate and the stream resolution stuff. So it might be fixed because of the stuff I changed, but if there's any issues, try to let me know kind of when in the session there were issues, if any, and I'm just going to monitor it. But hopefully the next time that there's stability issues, we'll be able to diagnose it so that I can figure out what's going on. So still working to get that sorted out. It's just really hard to pinpoint what's going wrong. So but I did a bit of research since last time, so hopefully we can get it more stable. So no problems tonight. Thank you, Elric, and appreciate you being here as always.